Hello, and welcome back to our US 1890 campaign, Waves of Steel. Now, you'll notice that the monthly balance has jumped up quite a lot here, but that is because I just went through and adjusted the air groups for the Lexingtons. They were all on poor quality, so I was reminded that I had forgotten to put them on night fighting. Like I didn't have night fighting selected for my air groups. So I just went ahead and essentially put them on night fighting and copy pasted from the Lexington through all of these, and it essentially just they're going to stay at poor. I mean, they're never going to be done in a few months, for this war anyway. But it also ejected them from the, basically got rid of the old air groups. So it'll be rebuilding that, and that's why I have more monthly balance at the moment. But it'll quickly start going down once the aircraft start getting injected onto the carriers, essentially. Other than that, it's still essentially the Essex class that we have, or the Enterprises. It's still three of those, although this one may be coming out of refit or repair versus everything that's going on in Northern Europe. So let's start pressing some buttons. We might get into a big fight here. Save the game, and off we go. All right, we've intercepted a German raider. We're just essentially going to run away. This is not a fight that we want to take. We don't have our missile corvettes quite yet, so we're just going to turn around and run the other way. We're going to go northwest into the great blue yonder, and we'll consider it a successful disruption of the raider. It's a light cruiser. Yeah, we would have got smoked no matter what, basically. Continued operations will secure total victory. Food has it's been scarce in France. We sank another 38 enemy merchants. It's down quite a lot from the 70 that we sank. We sank like 70 a couple months in a row, but it's down probably for good reason. There are likely not too many transports left out there. Sort of put our new, or not new, our refitted corvettes onto trade protection. And I think we've got, nope. All right, active fleets. All right, we've got all of our precious destroyers, our precious missile absorbers back into the action. And we're over our base cap here in Northern Europe. Fortunately, there's not a whole lot we can do about that at the moment. Cruiser action off the coast of France. Let's see how this goes. Not really. Don't really want to do it. I'm going to give them the victory points. We're just too close to the coast here. France and Germany have let their treaty lapse due to rising tension. They're allies. What's going on here? True victory, let's see. All right, here's our new naval patrol craft. The speed does go up a little bit on most of the models. The range, 800 miles is still very, very sufficient. And then the stats pretty much remain the same. And this one here is already average. But we're going to go ahead and take the fastest one of them all. The one where the stats do not really seem to change other than the medium bombs get smaller. Whatever. We'll take the Vought. 43 enemy merchants sunk. And I do want to adjust their air group for Norway here. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to change these to heavy jet fighters that are night capable. We're going to change these to, I know they're expert, but we do need to make the change. I know this is probably not the best time to do it, but what are you going to do? There we go. Now we've got 40 capable aircraft in play. We'll do the same up in Iceland. Okie dokie. And having naval patrol craft is fine because they can do air-to-surface missiles or whatever. And we're just going to copy this one and paste it. And Pearl Harbor, paste it. And we'll hang on, let's see if we make patrol craft night capable. We can. So we got to do that. We're gonna make them night capable, sure. We're gonna make these. Oops. Night capable. And night capable. And then we're going to grab patrol craft. Copy. And we'll put them, basically we'll put patrol aircraft anywhere else. Okay. Now let's press the button again and see if we get another fight. Off the coast of France again. It's a carrier battle, however. We might be okay with this one. Let's take a look and see what we get. Okay. Well, we get all 4 of our carriers and our battleships, so we're going to take this one on the off chance that we get to attack some enemy carriers and whatnot. We're going to suppress enemy airfields. We don't have any land-based anything that's close enough, so. All right, dawn is on the way. So let's get these carrier groups sorted out here. We're going to AI control everything around them. AI control. And we're going to start launching some search. So we're going to go a little bit to the right and a little bit to the left. And we got to go a little bit deeper just to make sure that we catch them. We'll do a night search as well. We're going to do heavy cap. That'll leave some extra airplanes, some extra fighters that we can send in with the attacks. And this has no lead formation, so that is a little bit unfortunate. We'll be controlling the 2 of them separately. And let's get our battleship group ready to go here. And we'll just put it on 25 knots and start heading north. We'll put the carriers on 25 knots until we at least. So let's go one tick in. Yep, we'll get some float planes going. And then we will auto select a strike and ready it up. And auto select a strike and ready it up. Oops. All right. Let's start heading north, I think. So there go the scouts. We're just looking for some kind of contact here so we can send out a devastating alpha strike. There we go. Battleship and cruisers. Don't think I'm going to go for that. All right, there's cap. We're hitting some cap. There was a mid-air collision. Reports. Report over here, battle cruisers and destroyers. That's not very helpful for what we're trying to do. There we go. Carrier contacts, they're down south. All right, so we're going to start heading south with our carriers. And we're going to immediately select ready. And we are sending in the goons. Launch. We will coordinate. We have a ton of daylight. And this one will actually priority. We will target CVs as a priority on this one. So select ready. Launch. And go. Yep, we're getting more contacts down there. There go the airstrikes. I do like this era where you can get the airstrikes out quick. Yeah, we'll continue our southwestish course here. We're flying over their battleship groups. We're just hoping that this airstrike is enough. Let's see if we have anything ready here. Not really enough. Not enough ready. Whoops. Not enough that we could. Not worth it, probably. But like just a few jet attacks, a couple of them here and there. They would get intercepted by cap pretty handily, I think, if you only send in about 8 or 10 at a time. All right, we are approaching enemy ships. I'm going to bring our battleships up to our carriers. I'm going to bring the carriers a little bit closer together as well for mutual support on the cap. So we're getting shot down. We hit one missile hit so far. Another missile hit. Another. 3 more. Hopefully those are on a carrier. That would be pretty good. I'm going to speed the battleships up. I want to get them up here a little bit faster. So we are scoring missile hits. That's encouraging. It looks like our airstrikes are on the way back, so we can rearm. Going 5 minutes at a time here. All right, slow the battleships down. Yeah, we'll launch some float planes again. All right, now everyone is under this big, beautiful cap. We have a nice umbrella here. All right, let's auto select a strike and ready it up again. Auto select a strike and ready it up. Don't know how long it'll take to get ready. Probably not that probably not that slow in this era. Not yet. Go 5 more minutes. Okay, we're ready again. Okay, what do we got over here? Check out our latest reports. We've got reportedly a CV with the battleships. It doesn't make any sense though. And then we still got a bunch of carrier contacts down here. So you know what? We'll actually go for this CV and the CVO and battle cruisers. We'll go for that as a target. I mean, we'll just trust our scouts this time. So we're gonna go for that. Priority target is CV, but they'll probably end up attacking whatever they can get. So we're going to hit the wrong button there. So select ready and launch the strike. Select ready and launch the strike. And there it goes. We have a new, let's get rid of a lot of these old reports. We got a new report here. Yeah, we are basically sort of in the right area to do this, I think. They're gonna switch targets maybe? Nope, they're just coming home. All right, well. Our scout planes are getting shot down. All right, well, let's auto select a strike and ready it up. And auto select a strike and ready. And I think this time I will like kind of manually target, although nighttime is arriving. You know what? Let's take what we got here and just get out. Well, you know what? We have a lot of spare aircraft that we stripped off of those other carriers, so we will go for one night strike, I think. So I'm just gonna like launch it into this area probably and see what we come up with. All right, are we ready? We are. So select ready. Right there. And launch the strike. And we're going to do something similar where we go like that, I think, and launch the strike. Oops. Select ready. Launch the strike and go. And we'll probably take some operational losses. But there is a chance here that we could score a big hit on something. All right, well, I think we've run into something at least down here. Oh, come on. They're not going to divert and go attack the thing that they spotted? Okay, well, fine. We'll take what we got. All right, now we'll just let this run its course. Looks like something's low on fuel here. Destroyers. Yeah, we're operating pretty far from home base. I mean, we could try to do another scout. Go out like that far. Narrow it down a bit. I'm going to swap over to a medium cap and go. Maybe we can spot something. We're going to get rid of all the old reports because they're obviously out of date. And we need to start getting airstrikes ready. So we'll ready it up. Ready it up. Something's fighting over there. There's like, I'm hearing like shots and explosions and stuff. I don't know what's going on. All right, we're getting no contact with anything. And we're starting to run out of fuel. So yeah, let's we'll call it and see what we got. Hey, we torpedoed something. That's kind of nice. And then we hit a mine. Hey, look at that. So, so we took light damage from the mine, but that's another couple months of being repaired. We sank an enemy carrier, and I think we torpedoed a light carrier. So let's see what we got here. So enemy air losses were only, oh, they lost 106? 100 there we go, that's a little bit more. So they lost 121 aircraft. 106 of those were lost on their ships. We lost 12, and 2 of those were to operational losses. So let's take a look at the ship details. We sank the unpronounceable French word, Lafayette class, 59 aircraft. So kind of a mid-sized one with 4 missile hits. Yep, so we got them on their fueled aircraft. That's pretty cool. And then this one here got torpedoed. That's all it took was 1 torpedo hit. They're tiny little sans culottes. I don't know how to pronounce that. Good luck. And that's it. That was the extent of the battle. Excellent. Alrighty, our battle cruisers are ready to go into action, but what the heck are they going to raid? I can't deploy anything else to Northern Europe. I'm already over my base capacity. Food is scarce in France. Trade disruptions. More food shortages in France. Yeah, they're going to surrender at some point here. Let's take a look at the almanac. France is down to 3 carriers and 4 light carriers, and then Germany still has 10 and 9, so they're fine over there. Okie dokie. Rangers, what do I do with you? What can I do with my Rangers? How about I send them to Southeast Asia and just try to stir up some trouble? Sounds kind of cool. Off you go. And you'll go down there and you will raid. Oh, yes, you will raid. All right, let's see if we can get some kind of encounter here next round, next month. Another battle. It's another cruiser action, which means, there we go. I was going to say battle cruisers against our cruisers. Here's a carrier battle. Well, we have 2 carriers. That's fine. 3 carriers, actually. One of them is, well, we don't have it on the list there, but one of them is being repaired, I think, from the mine hit. But we will take this. It's up fairly far north, so we shouldn't get interfered with. Okie dokie. Sea state limits speed. So let's try to make this a quick battle so we don't go too long on the episode. Just a quick, cheeky sinking of every ship they have with carrier aircraft, right? And I am going to have to adjust my missile stockpiles after this war because I keep getting the message that we're low on missiles. So let's do a search, please. We're going to go a little bit to the left as well. We'll do a medium cap. We'll do a heavy cap because we don't know what's out there with the two-phase search and launch. Okie dokie. And we'll go up to 25 knots, start heading back this way towards each other. And all right, now we're going to prepare our strikes. So we'll ready them up and ready them up. So we want to essentially start heading in the general direction of Bergen, just in case we need to dip in there. We get into a bunch of trouble. We have a nice line of submarines out there. Oh, there's a report. Okay. So select ready. We're going to target these carriers. We'll make a priority target of the carriers themselves and launch the strike. And we'll do the same thing with Division 5, except we're going to do any target. Select ready and launch the strike. They should be on the way. There they go. So let's move a little bit northeast because we have to drift south whenever we prepare our aircraft and launch them. 3 CVLs, 2 CVL contacts. We'll see what we get. There we go. Running into the caps. But we're hitting them with so many aircraft. 3 CVLs. That seems to be what we're attacking. Launching missiles and missing, apparently. Well, we scored 1 hit, potentially, and another. Hopefully that's on a carrier of some kind and starts a horrendous fire that they can't put out. We're going to drift further south here. Let's extend the range. And we're going to go up to 30 knots now. Well, the sea state is limiting our speed. And once our aircraft get back, we can ready them up for round 2. Okay. Auto select a strike. There we go. Ready them up. Ready them up. Nighttime is coming. So we're just going to send aircraft in the general direction of where we saw them last. Okay. Select ready. Launch a strike to the same location. We're going to select ready, and we will prioritize carriers this time and launch a strike. I only saw like a couple of missile hits, so unless we got like a very lucky critical hit or some unfortunate event on their part, we probably didn't accomplish much. Oh, we're getting new contacts right there. Hopefully our aircraft will just attack those. Nope, they just flew right by them. There they go. Pouncing on them now. And in the meantime, we're going to go into Bergen. Actually, we'll go into Stavanger. Stavanger. Not seeing any hits. No missile reports. No log entries. And our aircraft are coming back, so who knows what happened there. Well, we'll just go into port, I guess, since, yep, weather's limiting air operations, so let's go home, see what we did, see if we killed anything. Please go in there. All right, now we wait it out. Let's see what we get. It's all coming together now. These Lexingtons, they will get, or are these enterprises? These might be enterprises. These enterprises will get retired after this war at some point as we bring more and more of our super carriers online. But they've done a pretty good job so far. Just waiting out the timer. Do. It'd be pretty cool if you could use your carriers to like go strike a port, like a Pearl Harbor type event. That'd be kind of cool. Like like if you were fighting against Britain, like that they have ships in their ports. So why can't you do like a carrier strike? And if they're if you chase off their main fleet or something, you can go and get a chance at sinking some stuff in their port. All right, see what happened here. Not much. So we did hit a carrier, probably with 2 missiles. Ship details, we hit a light carrier with 1 missile. We did. They got control of it, so they did all right. And then we had 1 other missile hit, allegedly, but apparently not. All right, that's not great. Not exactly what I'm hoping for here. And then they've called off an army offensive. Who cares? So here is a German battle cruiser under construction, 1954. 14-inch guns, 32 knots, 8 heavy SSMs with some medium SAMs. Kind of cool. Now we get gas turbine engines. We get improved ASW mortars. Reduces hit chances for enemy heavy and medium SAM attacks against non-high level. So this is like jet attacks and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, let's replace our light jet fighter. I don't know where we're using it, but we can figure out something. Let's go for firepower and maneuverability. Enemy fleets dominate around Iceland. We sank another 50 merchants. Kind of gross. And we have so much money right now, but we're gonna start like tanking cash, like as soon as the war ends. But in the meantime, what we can do is we can start building a naval base in Iceland. We don't have any fortifications here either, so let's do a motor torpedo boat squadron, and we'll build couple of 9-inch guns, and we will build up the base itself. Alrighty. So we intend to hang on to Iceland if possible because we're going to start investing in the defenses there. So that if we lose Norway or Iceland, we'll at least have one or the other still as a backup, so we can still fight in Europe. Anyhow, it's a fun little episode. We sank a couple of carriers, which we'll take it. Not the decisive battle that we're looking for, but you take what you take, right? Take what you can get. So I appreciate you all so much for hanging out with me. If you're still here, I'll see you next time. and so safe out there.